Hi, I'm John, founder of Papa Collectibles. Over the past 2.5 years, I've been running a trading card business as a side hustle, with over 8,000 sales on TCGPlayer and another couple hundred on eBay. Recently, I've decided to try to take my business to the next level. This series will be a video diary of sorts on that journey. I'll be sharing what I've learned, and you'll see all of my growing pains. Let's start with the weekly update. As of right now, I'm the founder and CEO of Papa Collectibles, LLC. The next step for me is to get a reseller permit from my state so I can make my money go further. More on that when I know more. Also, as of the writing of this video, TCGPlayer has just announced that it's going to be partnering with Buy and Ship and MyUS to ship internationally. I don't know if there's going to be an additional burden on sellers, such as requiring tracking, but it's something to keep an eye on for the future. Next, there was a purchase I made a few weeks ago, and it ended up being a bad buy, so I'd like to talk about that. It was a Pokemon bulk buy that I bought off of eBay, so I knew what I was getting into in the first place. The seller and I had worked together before, so I knew that the cards were going to come to me packaged really well in basically non-played condition. As I am trying to scale up my Pokemon card inventory, it was only natural that when I wanted to buy more of that bulk, I went back to them. So I bought out the entire catalog. I knew there weren't going to be any valuable cards in it, but being a bulk seller, I'm used to squeezing blood from a stone. Something you should know about me is I love a good spreadsheet. They're a great way to organize and to play with data. Whenever I do an inventory upload to TCGPlayer, more on that in another video, I take the extra minute to calculate what both the total value is from that sheet, as well as the value of the non-bulk items. When I did that to the first half of the spreadsheet, the number is low, like really, really low. Remember, I am a bulk seller, so I'm only going to be getting about half value on these cards. I continued on and hoped for the best, but as you can see, this sheet was similar. Knowing that the bulk had virtually no value, I did a price lookup of the more valuable parts, the full arts, the dice, and the coins. After selling everything, I'd make $4.02. I don't always calculate in this much detail, but the seller and I had been talking about making this a more permanent partnership. Hot tip for this video, by the way, talk to your fellow sellers, especially if you're not in quite the same market. Had this gone to plan, I'd have a regular connection of the hypermodern Pokemon bulk that I need, and they'd have a way to get rid of all of their unwanted bulk that they're not going to part out and sell. Obviously, this deal I couldn't continue, and I sent them a message saying as such, while thanking them for what I did buy. Even though I know that we won't be doing business, you always want to be cordial in your messages. You never know what the future might bring. As for the tip I teased last time, anyone watching this should buy Outlaws of Thunder Junction playboxes right now. The expected value per pack is astronomical. Even though the set was reviled by players and collectors at the time, the fact that it has 3 bonus sheets with some highly valuable cards on it makes this as close to a sure thing as you can get. Look at this, $124 to your door for 36 packs of Magic. That's like $3.50 a pack. Okay, so you followed my advice and bought a box or case of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Let me show you the quickest way that I know to upload it all to TCGPlayer. You do have to be a level 4 seller though, so if you're not there yet, just keep on grinding, it'll happen. First, go to the pricing tab of your storefront and go to Export Filtered CSV, separated values. We're going to choose Outlaws of Thunder Junction. And its 2 supplemental sets. We're going to choose Near Mint. They all came from a newly opened booster box. And do not compare against price. This way you can get every single card that's in the set, even if there's no prices on it. And we're going to export. Next, open it up with your choice of spreadsheet manager. I choose LibreOffice because it's free as in speech, but whatever you have will work. It looks like a lot, and it is, but luckily, we only really need these last couple of columns. First, we have to figure out our pricing. For this exercise, I'm going to choose to go with the market price plus 10%. Then you're going to copy that formula and bring it all the way down and fill in every single column. And we're going to paste, and there you have it. We have almost 1,200 cards completely priced. Took no time, right? Now for the uploads. This is very important, so listen up. Use the add to quantity column, not the total quantity. The reason is, if while you're editing this document, something sells from this pile, you might end up with excess inventory that's online that you don't have physically. In order to prevent yourself from having to do any cancellations, trust me, even in a new spreadsheet, just add to quantity. And then, once you've filled in all the categories, we're going to save this as the text CSV format. This is the way that TCGPlayer wants them when you upload. Then you're going to import to Stage, and you're going to find your file. You're going to continue. It's going to check that everything in your spreadsheet is correct. And then you're going to click Continue. And then it's going to ask you to move the inventory to live, which you then will. Now your customers can start buying from you. That's it. Hundreds or thousands of cards uploaded like that. See you next time when we crack a case of Thunder Junction and see how much value I've gained.